Good afternoon, Ovation Nation, and welcome to another best set videos. Now, I know it's been a long time since we had a best set videos, but from here on out, that is changing. I got a couple of things to update you guys with. If you guys don't care about the updates, you can go ahead, click that timestamp right there, skip straight to the sets. But before we get started, I want to make this as quick as I possibly can. We have a new uploading schedule. It's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We got best sets at 3 p.m. on Monday. So I know it's not Monday today, but it's starting tomorrow. That's when the whole schedule takes place. I just wanted to get this video out to you guys so that you guys know what's happening. So Monday, best sets, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, Pokésports with myself and still just Mike, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then finally we have an exciting project that I want to reveal to you guys. It's VGC video, but it's like a cool montagey meme VGC edit that me and myself and Wito Boy, which is the editor of that video, or is going to continue being the editor of that video, have started doing. It's actually very fun, very interesting. I think you guys are definitely gonna enjoy. I'm going to show a little tiny clip of it, just so you guys can understand what you're getting yourselves into by watching this this video at the end of this video. So make sure to stick around till the end to see that. But without further ado, let's get into Dracovish. Now, Dracovish has been receiving a lot of attention lately, simply because it's given a move that essentially doubles in strength, gets stab boost, gets strong jaw boost, it's disgustingly powerful. We'll get into that move later, but it gets a move that literally makes it the hardest hitting thing in the game. It like puts Z moves to shame. That's how many stab buffs are on this move. So all in all, that paired with it being, you know, just an incredible typing and it having very strong stats just makes this a complete monster. Now, speaking of its stats, let's go ahead and look into its stats. It has 90 HP, 90 attack, which two are very respectable numbers. Not the best, not the worst. I mean, they're definitely better than a lot of other Pokemon out there. Defense 100, so that's a lot of defense. It's definitely going to be surviving a lot of physical hits. Along with that, it has 80 special defense. Not terrible either. This is a tanky monster that hits like a truck. That's the problem with this Pokemon, is that it can hit super hard and not even be punished for it. And you can run things like max attack, max speed, and not have to worry about your defenses, your HP being too lacking, because naturally they're already there. Now, also the speed is 75, which is actually very crucial, and it's not the greatest speed in the world. It's kind of an awkward speed tier, but it can be made to be good if you pair it with certain Pokemon, or if you give it certain items that we're gonna get into later on. But now the speed is very important. The reason why I say the speed is important is because of its move Fishious Rend, which basically makes so that if you outspeed your opponent, your Fishious Rend, which is like a base 80s physical water move, gets doubled. That's ridiculous. It gets 160 base power moves. Let me just double check to make sure that Fishious Rend is that much. Okay, base 85 physical move. So you're doing some big boy damage with this Pokemon. Along with that, we were talking about its typing earlier too. It has very interesting typing, formerly exclusive to Kingdra and Palkia. So it's definitely cool seeing a water dragon type. It's such a strong typing, because you just get rid of all the weaknesses that water's already weak to, and you just add another stab to Pokemon. So that's super cool. Now, the strengths of this typing, you can hit fire, ground, rock, and dragon all super effectively. Basically, we're going to be focusing the majority of our strengths into Fishious Rend. So essentially, we're going to be having a good typing against fire, ground, and rock for doing super effective damage. Weaknesses are only dragon and fairy. Like I said before, the water along with the dragon is such a good typing because it gets rid of the grass weakness, gets rid of the electric weakness, and only leaves you with the dragon and the dragon weaknesses that were there earlier, which are dragon and fairy. Resistances are fire, water, steel. You resist water and fire 4 times, resist steel 2 times. So that is super interesting as well. Pretty good resistances, not too many, but they're very relevant resistances, especially in this metagame where you see a lot of Pokemon like Arcanine, a lot of Pokemon like Gyarados, a lot of Pokemon like Ferrothorn, Aegislash, etc. So it's definitely very good in terms of its resistances. Next, we have Immunities. Has none, but I mean, I guess you can count the fact that it can run Water Absorb, so it can have water as an immunity. I don't think that's such a great ability. We'll get into the abilities in a second, but I don't, just that ability in and of itself, it's just like, if it's already 4 times resisted, what's the point of even putting it, even making it immune? I mean, at that point it essentially is immune. But speaking of abilities, we have Water Absorb, which if you guys didn't already know, makes it so that a Pokemon with Water Absorb heals 25% of its maximum health when hit by a water type attack, and also makes it immune to that water type attack. Other abilities, we have Strong Jaw, which is going to be the ability of focus for this for all 4 sets that I have for you guys today. This is going to be the only ability that we are going to be using, is Strong Jaw, just because I do not see a single situation in which Water Absorb is better than Strong Jaw, which means you might have to reset a couple of times for your Dracovish because it is a fossil, so you can't breed it in this generation. So you're gonna have to reset in order to get a Strong Jaw, or just use that ability capsule. I know it's a lot of BP, but you know what, trust me, it's definitely worth it with this Pokemon. Now if you guys don't know what Strong Jaw does, pretty much it increases the power of all biting moves by 50%, and this Pokemon definitely has a wide variety of biting moves that it can use and increase your attack, you know, even further than it already is. And then the hidden ability is Sand Rush. But the issue here is that it's not officially revealed yet. Sand Rush I could see be a very good move, just because it'll double the Pokemon speed during a sandstorm. Water is already not a Pokemon you see a lot on sand teams, so it definitely would fill a niche there for having a water Pokemon on a sand team. Along with that, just, you know, being 2 times faster with the move Fishious Rend that doubles if you outspeed your opponent, like that's really nice. You might not even have to run a Choice Scarf with this Pokemon if you have Sand Rush, but like I said earlier, it's not officially revealed yet, so all of our sets are not going to include Sand Rush, just keeping that in mind. I know in the past we had like Libero sets with Cinderace, and, you know, Grassy Surge sets with Rillaboom, but I think from here on out we're going to try to make it so that the sets that we're including in the videos are only sets that are currently available in the game. Until that changes, I will make update videos to those Pokemon, etc., every Monday, when you can expect best sets on the channel. Now, speaking of sets and speaking of the best ones, here's the one that I think is the best, which is the Choice Scarf offensive set. Now, here we have a very simple EV spread, because like I said earlier on in the video, this Pokemon has such natural bulk with the 100 defense, 90 HP, and 80 special defense. It's like, it's very like average, but, you know, above average, like that upper average. So you don't really need to invest too much in its defenses. I just go straight attack, straight special, no, not special attack, Jesus Christ, straight attack, straight speed, 252, Jolly Nature. You want to be as fast as possible with this Pokemon. You're sticking the scarf on it to literally be as fast as possible, because if you outspeed, your Fishious Rend will do double the damage. If you're in rain, then it just does an extra disgusting amount of damage. And to be honest, all the other moves don't really matter, because this Pokemon's very rarely ever using any other one of those moves. But, you know, just for the sake of using Strong Jaw, I stuck 3 biting moves on it. So we have Ice Fang, Crunch, and Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs is always better than Zen Headbutt in almost every scenario. You break Light Screen and Reflects, and it's 100% accurate, so you can't miss it, and it does more base damage, or if not the same base damage as Zen Headbutt. So you might as well use Psychic Fangs every single time, because it also does get access to Zen Headbutt for some damn reason. And on top of that, it's actually strengthened by Strong Jaw also. So like I said, the only real move you're going to be using here is Fishious Rend. That move is just stupid broken. Another Pokemon gets a similar move to it, which is called Bolt Beak. That's Dracozolt. That's also fossil. We might do it in a later video, but essentially this Pokemon and Dracozolt do the exact same thing, except Dracozolt has the chance of missing while this Pokemon doesn't. So people are kind of sticking to this Pokemon in comparison to Dracozolt. But speaking of more sets, we have a very similar set. Here we have the offensive band set. Now, this set I would run if you have some kind of speed control on your team, because like I said before, this Pokemon's whole gimmick is that it has to outspeed the Pokemon that it is attacking. Now, base 75 speed is nothing to scoff at. It does outspeed, you know, slower mons, thicker mons, but you want to outspeed those, you know, faster mons too. So I would run this with some kind of form of speed control, maybe a Tailwind, maybe a Quash. And this set pretty much just focuses on maximizing your output damage. Like, this is a disgusting amount of damage with max attack, choice band boosted, Adamant Nature. You know, if you can manage to outspeed these mons, you will almost always be one-shotting unless it's like quad resisted or immune. Like, this is just a disgusting amount of damage, and the idea behind this is to do a disgusting amount of damage. This Pokemon is a little broken. It does have its counters. I guess we could talk about counters later on in this video. We don't usually talk about counters, but why not? Let's do it. Next set we have is a Life Orb set. I mean, this is probably the weakest of all the sets that I have here, believe it or not. This is just if you find the need to run Protect. I don't think that you'll ever find that need, but just in case you need to run Protect, this does give you that option. Along with that, you also get, you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, this set is not my favorite. You retain the Fishious Rend, obviously, because you want to be hitting anything that you think you outspeed at any time possible, so you want to be as fast as possible. You get Psychic Fangs, Crunch. I kept those two over Ice Fang just because those have the highest damage output. I think Psychic Fangs gets boosted to like 123 base stat, and then, you know, Crunch gets boosted to 120 with a Strong Jaw, so you want to keep those two in. And that's pretty much it for the Life Orb set. I mean, nothing special here. I'm not a personal fan of this set, but I do note that, you know, Protect is important, and the other two sets do make it so that you can't really run Protect. So if you need that option, if you're uncomfortable with this Pokemon, if you're uncomfortable with speed tiers, I would actually recommend this set to you as a set to get started. If you're afraid to use choice items, I know choice items can be kind of intimidating, but they do definitely do their due diligence. That was so many doo-doos in that sentence. But continuing on, we have an interesting set that I'm not seeing a lot of people run. I actually got this set from my friend R Hunter N, also known as Run Turn Ryan Newfield. He's like a Trick Room aficionado, and he was trying to run Dracovish in a Trick Room team, but like I said earlier, you know, Dracovish kind of is in an awkward speed tier where it's not really slow enough to be in Trick Room, but not fast enough to really be comfortable without a choice scarf. But Ryan kind of made it work. He stuck an Iron Ball on it and made it max HP, max attack, so he's actually able to make use of its tankiness along with hitting like a truck. And in Trick Room with the Iron Ball, he's actually finding it to be a lot better than he originally thought. It's actually able to outspeed a Rhyperior in Trick Room, and then, you know, you're obviously one-shotting with Fishious Rend. I mean, honestly, you might even one-shot without Fishious without outspeeding it, but you guys get the picture. Like, with that Iron Ball on, you're actually able to do a lot more with this Pokemon while still giving it the tank that it does have, but just making it better. Now, the move sets are just, you know, going to be Fishious Rend, Protect, Crunch, Psychic Fangs. We keep Protect on because Protect is important, and every opportunity you have to have Protect, you should have Protect, in my opinion. And since we're running the Iron Ball, we can't run a choice item, so that's just that reason for Protect there. Moves stay the same, just for the Strong Jaw boost. And all in all, this Pokemon is very diverse, I'd like to say. Very diverse. Now, there are a couple ways to counter it, guys. It's not the end-all, be-all. It's not the meme that everyone's making it out to seem. It's a strong Pokemon. And I believe it's a strong Pokemon. It's not unbeatable. There are several ways of dealing with this Pokemon. One way is Water Absorb. You can run it on your own team if you really need to. Another way is Storm Drain, Gastrodon. This Pokemon can't really be the broken mon that it is without going for a Fishious Rend. So if you just remove that opportunity to use a water type move, then you're fine. But and another interesting one that I'm not seeing a lot of people run is that I don't know if you guys will follow me on Twitch, but if you're not, you should. I'm actually running a team with Sableye right now, and I find Sableye just being like one of the hardest counters to this Pokemon because you can quash it, which makes it so it won't get the boost from the Fishious Rend no matter how fast it is. It doesn't matter. Or you can just Willow it first turn, and then just by burning this mon, you cripple it significantly. Granted, I do want to say that sometimes burning it doesn't stop it completely. I've had scenarios where I burn it, it'll still take me down to like half health, maybe even closer to a third health, a third of my health, just because it has that many stat boosts added onto it. But you know what, burning does definitely help, but I would rather quash and try to kill it as quick as possible, because this thing doesn't run a lot of defenses. So if you could double into it, if you can outspeed it somehow, if you can kind of control the speed in your favor with the tailwind, you can definitely get rid of this Pokemon. Not a lot of them carry protect either, so by doubling into it, you're pretty safe if you can outspeed both of those attacks by knocking that Pokemon out. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude today's episode of Best Sets. Remember to stick around to see what you guys have coming for you later, tomorrow, and for the future of this channel. Thank you guys so much for all the support you give me. I'm Ovation. Peace out. Okay, what do we do in this scenario? We got intimidated. We got Will-O-Wisp though, so I think I'm liking Will-O-Wisp. I'm hard switching. I'm not even gonna U-turn. One of these is probably Scarfed. Oh, whatever. A burnt TQ. Oh wait, that did a lot. That was yucky. T-Max guard 3 times and you sub. Wait, that'll actually work, because I don't think... Wait, can you? Oh wait, I don't even know. I've never used that move more than once. Max Flare!